This is a Poet Punch podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Spider-Man's fucking sick.
And yeah,
What a surprise.
I agree.
What a surprise. The cool film about the cool character did well financially, critically. I mean, there's still little online individuals,
little
chuds.
Yeah, but
I was behaving so well and not calling them chuds, but you went ahead.
I genuinely think this is my favorite Spider-Man movie that I've seen in a while.
I still think it's not as good as the Acrosses.
Yeah, okay.
Not
really counting those.
But live action,
yeah.
it is definitely like my favorite.
I genuinely believe it's like a top contender.
I can see an argument for Spider-Man 2, but it's still my favorite. That's just that's just not my generation, right? I was like fucking 4. Staring at the screen being the Spider-Man.
I grew up with those, when the Amazing Spider-Man came out, that probably could have been my one.
Yeah.
But then when Homecoming came out, I was the same age as Peter Parker in the movie. And so it really and it felt that way. The character felt like he was the same at that age.
I think I love Andrew Garfield and I genuinely find him a once in a generation talent, but there was something fundamentally about his Spider-Man that felt like a guy in his 30s pretending to be a skateboarder.
Because it was.
Because it was that right?
It's the same thing with Toby to me, when they show him in school.
Truly, Tom, I don't think you can do, okay, so Tom Holland is now 30, right?
Right.
And the reason why that cooks so much is because we have seen him grow up almost in tandem with our own lives, right? Because, I'm 1 year above you. It was oh, we're in high school, we're seeing this guy grow up, we're seeing him basically go through the same struggles that our generation is going through. On a slightly lessened scale, I'll give you, because most unemployed people don't have a little robot with them to help out. But it's just so cool, man. There's just some element of it where they nailed a generational aspect to it.
And I think that's probably where a lot of the criticism originally for his Spider-Man came from, was from the older millennials who were this isn't what it was like to be a child, and it's not what it's
it's because you're not the child anymore.
Yeah,
it's you're not that 14-year-old looking at Tobey Maguire anymore. We were the 16-year-olds looking at Tom Holland, and now we're it's. Oh, should we go on the pros or the what are people online talking about?
Let's go for pros first. I think the things that we like.
Okay, pros.
Oh, and obviously spoilers. We're gonna spoil.
Oh yeah, massive spoilers. All right, starting off with spoiler number 1, Steve Lacy style.
Okay.
Jean Grey.
Yes.
Did you? I showed you that interview clip afterwards.
Yeah, you did.
It was so funny because it was premiere night as well.
Yeah,
live
you just
streamed.
Spoiled it immediately.
It was so without spoiling anything, who's your favorite character? Jean Grey.
Yeah,
and she's the baddie.
Yeah.
Oh
God, but
Jean
honestly,
Grey's a fantastic. I've never seen Jean Grey get used that way. Obviously there's been the whole Dark Phoenix stuff throughout the years, right? But I've never seen her actually be used as no, she hasn't had a good environment to grow up in, therefore she is actually she's being manipulative, she's being evil, so she has the capacity to do that. But most iterations I've seen of her character, she's already late 20s, 30s, and has quote unquote grown out of it, or has found herself getting to the X-Mansion, right?
Yeah. Whereas, I think, and I do think that this is maybe what they're doing in this movie, or for this movie and going forwards, is that they know that they're doing their soft reboot. So what the Jean Grey that we saw in this movie is the worst possible version of her, who's grown up without the X-Men and grown up without Charles Xavier and all that stuff. So that when we get to see that, we get to have the contrast between the two.
So we truly know, this is what it's like without this system in place, yeah.
And I think that then bypasses a lot of what people are complaining about online, which is that she's irredeemable.
I saw some things online. Also, I don't think she's irredeemable. Come on.
I mean, she definitely kills a lot of random civilians, and she gets a lot of like unfair
but you know who else kills
people.
Lots of random civilians and is like most people's like childhood.
Yeah,
like, fucking Wolverine.
Yeah,
Wolverine's killed so many fucking men. Like,
yeah, but not like randoms on purpose. Like not like innocent like average street walkers.
If Magneto can frequently get some form of a character redemption arc, and Jean Grey has killed.
Yeah.
She didn't kill that many people.
I don't know. She did. She walked that guy like into traffic.
She did walk that guy into traffic.
Yeah,
but and that's like one guy.
Yeah,
you're right.
And like it's still like a guy who.
Also, we don't know he's dead. We don't know. He could just be in the hospital. He could be in hospital, man.
No,
that was a real life guy that got run over as a stunt double, and he's alive, or something. Greatest defense of all time. But
yeah, like I do think that they if like I wouldn't say she's irredeemable, but I do say that like if they use this version of her, there's a lot of legwork that has to go into. You can't just have her turn around in the next movie. You can't just have her turn around in the next movie and be like, I'm fine actually.
I think that's so interesting. Like, I think if they genuinely made we are like obviously so much of this is massive speculation because no one knows how much of a hard reset they're going to do.
Yeah,
right. Because it really is like how much of this is like you're going to turn a new leaf, or how much of this is that you're going to cling on to the fact that you've basically had like a legacy media since 2008, and that is a lot lot to give up, right?
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, I've said that I don't think they're going to give up loads.
Hold on. So like, I really would find it interesting seeing these like quite troubled variations of the original X-Men be like create the X-Men throughout Phase 1, because that I feel like that could really be interesting. Like you've got like original like X-Men team. We've got Angel, we've got Beast, we've got Jean Grey, we've got the Wolverine, and we've got Cyborg, right? Is Jean Grey the only woman in that one?
I don't know.
I think so, because Rogue's later, isn't she?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can just see something cooking with that, where they do kind of keep on the trauma elements of this mainline MCU, and they don't full reboot Jean Grey.
Maybe not.
Regardless, the contrast is interesting,
yeah,
right?
Right. But I do think that like they will have to like. I think that if they are like. Part of doing the benefit of doing the soft reboot is that you get to have the whole like, and the mutants have been here the whole time, and the Charles Xavier School for the Gifted has been there the whole time.
I think that's true. I don't think you need a Charles Xavier School has been there the whole time. I think
you do, because otherwise, what has Charles been doing for several years?
That's a great point.
And sound his fat fucking ass.
That's a great point, but counterpoint. They've already established that mutants are kind of canon for just doing this, right?
Right.
It does open a lot of plot points of like, okay, if there are mutants around, then why aren't they doing things until
but they are.
Like 2028? You know what? You know, like, and I guess one element of that is that like you've got institutions like the Department of Damage Control literally like finding them the second that they pop their head up. Part of the plot of
She-Hulk is that like there's people with powers are turning up everywhere.
Is that a thing? I mean, I stopped watching She-Hulk roughly when I saw Megan Thee Stallion twerk it on her desk, rough. And I was just like, I still haven't seen all the Daredevil stuff from that.
It's ass. Like I think that
it sucks as well, because like I genuinely do enjoy the comics for She-Hulk. I actually got into some Marvel comics through just being like, oh my god, there's like a 7 foot tall green woman who's just a lawyer. This is sick,
right?
But the
show, yeah. I don't want to like I didn't bring the show up to trash it. I'm just saying that like it's that they haven't called the mutants necessarily. I think the only one who's actually been called a mutant the whole time has been Miss Marvel.
I mean, Jean Grey.
They don't call Jean Grey a mutant in the whole movie. I mean,
like she obviously is one, but like there's no.
But like that's what I'm thinking is that like we don't have like I think part of the problem with having mutants being new, and this is the issue that they've clearly run into, is that like it's hard to have a new thing pop up and do the like discrimination storytelling where you're like, there's this new group exists and they're hated and we hadn't heard of them, but like they don't exist before like 2023. So I think that part of it is going to have to be that they're going to have to do a soft reboot so that, like, you know, the events of the MCU can still have happened. There can still have been an Age of Ultron and a Civil War, and maybe some people weren't there and some people were, but like part of the thing is that they can go, and the mutants have been around for like 100 years and they have been kind of a side thing that people have known about, but is like a hot topic issue, or wasn't as much of a hot topic issue, but it is now.
Do you know what I think could be cool? And I'm just going to vaguely throw it out there now. And I feel like this is a long reach, but if they do the whole Secret Wars, Battle World, reforming everything with the Reed Richards and his son thing from that, and it essentially, like in film universe, becomes MCU mixed with Fox, mixed with blah blah blah, right? Which then creates new universe.
Yeah,
I would love it if they kind of turn around and then the people in the X-Mansion are the First Class cast.
Yeah.
So like I don't know how that would work contracts wise, but like imagine just like you see the new intro thing, and you see. Okay, so this is a stretch, but like you see like a Miles Teller somewhere, and you see a James McAvoy, and you see a Michael Fassbender.
Why Miles Teller?
Because I kind of just want to see Miles Teller as Mr. As Reed Richards.
No, because they won't.
I know
they won't because
they'll keep Pedro. I get that. I understand that, but I just really.
I would not want that.
So my actual prediction there is my stretch prediction already is James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, definitely not Jennifer Lawrence, because I think she is done with Mystique.
I think I could see.
You know about all those conversations with her, right? Where
I could see a like world in which Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy come back for Secret Wars as like de-aged versions of those same characters from Doomsday, or there's something that's happened.
That would be pretty.
But like, actually. I feel like they'll go for. I think they're gonna go for a new cast entirely.
But like, you know, you see what I mean? Where it's just like, okay, if you did like almost near identically new cast, but then you just two old characters, but they're not like Ian McKellen's and Patrick Stewart's, where you're like signing up 80-year-olds to go like...
The two that it's gonna be Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds.
It's so funny when everyone else is like 27 on set.
Well,
and then it's like, and then there's the Wolverine. And it's just
I still reckon they'll go for like a Charles and Magneto that are kind of in their maybe 40s.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like the young,
Wolverine. Like Wolverine's an interesting one because obviously he's got the whole like he's lived for hundreds of years element to his character.
Yeah,
but I feel like in a trope dynamic way almost, it makes sense for him to be the same age casting wise as the entourage around him. So the Jean Greys, the cyborgs, the beasts, right?
Yeah. The only problem with that is that that then means he very visibly ages.
How old is Sadie Sink again? She's like our age, right? Like 24.
She's a year younger than me,
like a year younger. So 24.
Yeah.
So having someone around the 23 to 26 bracket in terms of age for a Wolverine.
I mean, look, my pick is still Daniel Radcliffe if they're going to go for a reboot. But guess...
Daniel Radcliffe would be sick. I just don't...
My guess is that they're going to keep Hugh Jackman.
I would genuinely hate it if they kept Hugh Jackman. And I love Hugh Jackman in the role, right? Like, who doesn't love Hugh Jackman in the role? But also, equally, like...
Yeah, but I think
feel like that's one of the only legacy characters where
I think they keep him as Wolverine. But I think they keep him as Wolverine, and then what they do is they keep him as Logan, and they pass the Wolverine mantle over to Laura, and she becomes the like X-Men. She becomes the Wolverine of the X-Men, and she's about the same age as like the others.
I understand the logic there. I hate it, however.
I just think
I don't know why I hate it, but I don't think they brought Daphne Keane back for Deadpool and Wolverine to not have it be used more. I disagree entirely, because I think especially if you treat that more as like Ryan Reynolds was doing a send-off of the entire Fox universe, It was just that was a very powerful, like, emotional beat movie at the end of the franchise. So that's more like, I think you should treat Fox as a wind down, and Channing Tatum's Gambit in Doomsday as a massive one-off where they were just like, fuck it, we'll allow it.
I don't know, because I don't think Deadpool and Wolverine is a definitive send-off. I get that there's that montage bit in the end credits and stuff.
I feel like from interviews, how they were describing the film, like, obviously it's their interviews.
Like, it's
we're not seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff, but, like, the way they were describing it was, this is a love letter to the early 2000s Fox universe.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily...
And that's it. And that doesn't mean that, like, it's impossible that a character could then move on to the MCU or whatever. But I just think, I don't know, like, I put it this way, even if she was recast as X-23, I think she's now slightly too old to be X-23.
No, but
in the new MCU,
right?
Stuff.
But the point of that is that you then, it's like the T'Challa 2 and all that stuff. Where you're kind of doing, you're not like fully rebooting, you're soft rebooting, where you're doing like, hey, look, this is the X-Men, they have Wolverine, it's not Logan, it's a different, and then it's already something that's different.
Oh, so her being older is almost enhancing it because then
she's part of the X-Men team.
I still really don't see it, but like, it's...
Anyway, back to Spider-Man.
I understand.
Back to Spider-Man.
Back to Spider-Man.
Punisher, great.
Punisher, brilliant. He did a great job at, like, making a character who we've seen genuinely be, like, awful and go through massive hardships and whatnot, right? Like, I haven't seen the Daredevil Born Again stuff, but, like, I've obviously, like, I've seen him, like, throughout the 2015 era, going through all of that stuff. Yeah. They did a great job at making it really believable that this same character that's being a little bit goofier is also that exact same character. Like, I think John Bernthal did a brilliant job at, like, making that character fit a different tone and yet still be completely believable as both characters.
Yeah, I think,
like, he's like, yeah,
like, he's very good. I think he knows the character very well, and this is a strength that I think Marvel has that a lot of people kind of brush over, is that they allow the actors to have certain amount of control over what the characters are. And
I mean it's almost needed, right? Like, if you're dealing with a multi-film production franchise project or whatever, and you have different directors come in and out year to year, it makes sense to go give, like, the one consistent person on set, the actor, as much power as they
and I
can,
think
they
like
can afford.
and I think then that's where, like, you get a lot of, like, criticism of, like, oh, the script isn't always finished and this isn't always done this way and this isn't it. But it's like, yeah, because the script is written by two people who may have only written for some of these characters. You need to have it kind of like, obviously you need a script, but you need it to be open enough that on set that the actors can, especially in the big movies, can turn around and go, like,
as well, because, like,
not
to be little film student shithead, right? But, like, I am primarily a screenwriter, and even then, like, the fun of screenwriting is the reality that it's one step of the production.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you are in no way the final author of whatever you make, because you just give a product that is decent enough to the director that the director can then go and transform that, and the director can make some editorial decisions, and then you go and give it to the editor, and the editor can make some editorial decisions, right? Like, it, like, truly, film has never been this thing where, like, it's a done deal by the script section.
No. I mean, unless it's a written,
examples of good movies where that
unless you're a writer
like
director. And you're like, you know, like, not everyone is going to be a Christopher Nolan. Like, I wrote the movie and then I made it and then it was fine.
Yeah, like, Edgar Wright, I guess, is one of those that like is close to that, and even then he allows bits of improv on his set. And I guess there was the whole like I love The Social Network, right? But even then, that wasn't one for one accurate.
Yeah, I think you can also you can over improv a movie to death. I love Thor Love and Thunder, but like, I think that in terms of,
there's a very fine middle ground though.
Yeah.
Like, it really is like a you can't overly rely on the original source material of your screenplay, and you can't overly rely on winging it. Much like in most things,
of life.
You can't. Yeah, like life in general, you can't formulate everything before you do it, and you can't leave everything to the last minute.
Yeah,
right. It's so okay. Rant over. But like.
I think John Bernthal really has a good grasp of what the Punisher can be, and also I think he has enough humility in that to be able to play like the Punisher being taken over by Jean Grey, and allowing him to be a bit.
We were talking about that after
goofy.
The screening. Yeah, he was so good at basically imitating Sadie Sink through himself. Yeah, just the mannerisms in general. It was like, okay, cool.
Speaking of the like effect of the body hopping or the mind hopping stuff was really cool. The fact that it physically like shoves you out the in that direction is very interesting to me. The Hulk fight I really like. I wish they hadn't shown it in the trailer. I think that's the common consensus, but it's still really cool.
Yeah, they really could have gotten away with just showing like Mark Ruffalo in the trailer.
I think what they should have done, because
then I think like people's minds would have raced with that. Also, one of the idiot criticisms I've seen online was this movie was shit. Why is everyone saying it's good? I was only here for Hulk versus Spider-Man.
But then you're an idiot.
No. I'm not saying that person has an iota of fucking intelligence, but I have seen that take online where it's like, why was I promised more? It's like you got a good 15 minutes of that one fight sequence that you wanted and came for. Like, what do you?
Do you know what I think I would have done is if I had to show Hulk in some capacity, I would have shown the Smart Hulk version being taken over, so that people would be like interesting.
But then if you got the taken over element of it, you probably would have spoiled Jean Grey.
No, because there's already
there was already the mind control.
Yeah. People knew that there was a mind control villain. They just didn't know.
People knew there was a mind control villain, but they were still quite clever in not showing too much of the dynamic because they were only showing the first 10 minutes.
They definitely showed Hulk getting mind controlled in the trailer.
No, they showed not Banner, only Hulk, didn't they?
No, they showed in the first trailer. I think it's the you can't stop me, and then it's but he might that is said by Smart Hulk. That is said by Jean Grey controlling Smart Hulk.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think the stuff with MJ... I'll do MJ first, then Ned. But I think the stuff with MJ is very, very well handled. The way of bringing those characters back without undoing the consequences of the last movie.
Yeah.
Very good. I knew that it was going to be a thing where she would get told and not give a fuck. or would not remember him, and therefore... being told doesn't change anything for her.
Yeah,
it'd be
it's very much like a if he had maybe said something at the time in the diner in No Way Home, then this might be a different conversation. But I truly think it's no, she's had 3 to 5 years of new memories.
Yeah, but even then, I think if someone came up to you, some random person came up to you and was like, Nat, you don't remember me, but I'm your partner. You'd be like, no.
Yeah.
And I think, even if they then could say stuff about you that would make
even if they had them, evidence,
yeah, you wouldn't.
It's sort of irrelevant because your relationship to a partner is 90%.
Your relationship, your relationship to everyone is built on memories. You're not just You don't just
but then memories form into emotions, and then so if you have literally no click with a person, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that this would be a person who you could have had a click with, but didn't, but don't from your side. It would be and I think they walked a very fine line of her being understanding, so that you don't read her MJ as being heartless, but also not entertaining it and being it still doesn't mean much.
It's interesting though that she immediately clicked you should probably come in with Ned. So moving on to Ned, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I think
the fact that even her her lack of feeling anything was still but my best friend Ned clearly had some sort of connection with him.
Well, I think that secretly throughout the movie, Ned is Ned shows more signs of having the Peter Parker shaped hole and that like he's the one who creates the spider tracker app. He's he's live streaming his life. I've just
realized what it might be. Okay, so like I can't remember too much of Homecoming, but he was not that sociable a person,
right?
In like they were both goofy, but they were clearly like their only two friends at a certain point, who then got a wider friendship group. So I think part of it is that Ned is literally feeling
the absence of
of this confidence that he basically cultivated and gathered by being friends with Peter Parker and vice versa, right? And then just like has all of this like has all of this new like capacity to like talk and be sociable, and it's like 80% of his like core character now.
Yeah,
is he's that guy who's fun at parties.
Yeah, I think,
and he doesn't know why.
Yeah, like, I think because MJ was always an independent. Like she was at the parties because she just wanted to be there.
MJ would be the same person with or without Peter Parker.
But Ned isn't, and I think that's interesting. And I think that, again, that's probably why he's like constantly live streaming him going to uni and stuff.
Yeah,
when that wasn't a part of his character in No Way Home at all, is because like there's a piece of him that is like somebody is missing from these memories. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to upload it.
Also, just the sweetest moment in the film is them just immediately locking in and playing Lego.
I mean, yeah.
It was so sweet.
Although I do love the handshake at the end. I think that killed me.
The handshake was really good, but I just loved how like it was just that they immediately went into like play mode. Where they were like, I need my friend, even though they don't know each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like him as Spider-Man.
Now there's been some debate online about the handshake and whether or not Ned remembers.
What would the handshake be?
Which I mean,
what's the big critique of that then?
It's not critique. I'm talking about debate about what it means. And, like, does Ned now remember Peter, or is it just the muscle? Because I think it's a muscle memory thing of, like, he has the muscle memory of the handshake, just he hasn't had the guy to do it with.
I think it's a muscle memory thing.
Like, because
also that makes way
and then he recognizes,
like the
but then when he says he's Peter,
or the Lego element of it, or like
and then when he says like Peter, and there's like a bit of recognition. Is that that he's recognizing that MJ called Spider-Man
That's a reference
Peter?
To the previous line.
What?
That's all that is.
Yeah. Okay.
I think people just have no memory because there's the whole bit where MJ and Ned are like by the window as Spider-Man's going away, and she says "Bye, Peter" on reflex and forgets that she's supposed to keep that a secret.
Yeah.
Because like she doesn't know Peter Parker in that way, so she's just like that guy I met, right? And then Ned goes Peter.
Yeah.
Question mark, because no one knows that he's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So that's Ned realizing, oh shit, so that Peter is the same as the this
Spider-Man
Peter.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope that the next movie opens at least, or has a bit where we get to see Peter catching Ned up to like all of his memories, and is like, hey man, so like so remember when you went to Liz's party? And he's like, yeah, do you remember how you got there? And he's like, no, not really. It's like, yeah, that's because me and like my aunt dropped both of us off. And he's like, oh, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where like he's explaining the gaps in Ned's memories.
I think it could be really cool if like Ned kind of gets back into like a gadget man like character persona for Peter Parker. Like he's the eye in the sky.
I mean,
during patrols, they're having these conversations where they're just recapping like childhood memories.
Yeah, that does feel like what they're kind of setting up with the Spider Tracker stuff. With like the fact that he's built that, I think again is meant to be another sign that he misses Peter.
I can see it building into like multiverse or Miles Morales or something. Right? Like the whole tracking system, because a lot of the theories for the whole like Spider-Man in space post-credit thing have been, it can't be Peter Parker because it can't be Tom Holland because Tom Holland's on Earth.
Yeah.
Ergo, it must be one of the Andrew Garfields or the Tobey Maguires. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I think that shows promise for an interesting concept of exploring like multiversal elements of Spider-Man.
I don't think we're getting Miles just yet. I think like with I think
no, but
still,
I know we're not. But I'm saying 3 movies down the line, if this plot point of Ned's device keeps going, that's a good way of bringing Miles in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Oh, it's like when
early seeding of a MacGuffin, which could then be useful in a different plot point.
Do you know what I think is slightly more likely is that I think that all the technology that's been created in this movie, so the inhibitor chip and that spider tracker stuff, is all going to get used by damage control, and then whatever damage control turns into when it becomes about mutants and the Sentinels.
Whoever runs the Sentinels and whatnot, yeah.
It will be used as a mutant tracker.
Have you seen all of those fucking... I love those memes of the Spider-Man creating this device, and it's just the Oppenheimer.
Yeah, where it's like, oh god. Like, I think that...
become Death Destroyer of Worlds.
And I think that's, again, what makes the whole universe feel more real, is that, like, that you can feel the consequences of everything.
You can feel the consequences and the connection between... Like, this is going to be truly everyone's, like, dream of what if the Fantastic Four and the X-Men were in the MCU in, like, 2014... it is seriously going to cook. Yeah. When it comes into full effect. I'm actually quite ready for that.
Yeah. The 2029, 2030
Bold and Brave. I love it when my comic universe is connected.
Yeah.
Bold and Brave.
And like I don't think they'll announce an X-Men movie yet. I think they might do it. I think they might do it next year for Comic-Con after Doomsday's come out and all that stuff. Or I think they will. There's a big chance they'll just wait till after Secret Wars is out before they say anything about. Like they said the important things. They've got Black Panther 3 and they've got Ghost Rider, and that's cool.
Yeah.
That they've said that those are ones where you can be like, hey, we're going to do this, and it doesn't really imply any spoilers. Whereas I think like doing an X-Men thing and announcing the X-Men cast when like the Jean Grey reveal hadn't happened
inherently does spoil. Yeah. Like, well, there's the whole rumor going. I don't know how much validity there is to it, but there's the whole Emma Frost thing.
I don't know if that's a rumor. If that was that was a Variety article, wasn't it?
Was that a Variety article?
I think so.
So I guess they've announced one other mutant other than Jean Grey.
Yeah,
which is interesting. But
and then there's what's her name from Obsession, who has kind of hinted at playing Mystique.
No, she
wanted to. She said she wanted to.
No, she said she had some talks with the director of Brand New Day and whatnot, and that it didn't go anywhere. But she was happy she had those meetings.
Well, I think she said that oh, some of these don't go anywhere.
She also specifically said like you were.
Did she though? I
watched the interview.
So did I.
But you just. I don't know. My ears are better. I don't know.
But like I think, but I think that doesn't necessarily mean that like these talks haven't gone well. I think that it could be that like, hey, like they're thinking of what, like that they test the waters of what do you want to do first. And I think that is what they do with these actors now. Like Ryan Gosling had been talking about wanting to do Ghost Rider for years.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I think they do.
Samara Weaving for Emma Frost.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what she's been in. She's that one.
She's Ready or Not.
She's the Ready or Not girl, right? Okay. It's her face is just like it's one of those ones where
she's another Margot Robbie, or that girl from Sex Education. She's got one of those faces. It's just
like that face. It really like blurs, which is mean, but also not because they're all yeah.
I think. Is there anything like I do think that the little tracker thing at the end is hinting at either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, most likely Tobey Maguire.
I mean, I've said what I thought when we left. Like, I think it's Battleworld. I think it's Tom Holland in Battleworld, and they're doing a setup to Secret Wars way down the line. Because I think it's vague. I think it's vague enough that they're doing more of a setup for a different thing.
Maybe. I just think that they wouldn't.
I think it's Battleworld regardless of if it's Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland.
I think it's an incursion opening up. I think it's an incursion tear opening up, and it's like, oh, we've detected another Spider-Man signal.
Maybe.
From space.
I think ultimately the reason why I don't want to think that is because I just don't...
It's because it would make you wrong in the predictions.
No, it's not that it will make me wrong. It's that it would make me slightly disappointed because I feel like they've done the Andrew Garfield... Tobey Maguire cameo thing, and
I don't think that just because you do an idea once,
I don't care. I don't care for your reasoning. I don't care for it. Thomas.
I just don't think your logic makes any sense.
I know you don't. And that's fine.
I just think
Rue agrees with me. That's okay. That's all I need. I need my writer friend to agree with me.
No, I don't
need my little producer friend to agree with me.
I think it absolutely could still happen. I think
I'm not saying that it couldn't happen.
I think
I'm
if
just
Doomsday,
saying that I think
if Doomsday is the movie,
if it happens.
I think if Doomsday is the movie that is like the send off to all of the early 2000s Marvel superhero stuff, I think it makes sense that he's in it at least a little bit.
Sure, but like I don't know, man.
I think they might kill him in the first like 5 minutes. Kind of like the killing of Heimdall and stuff.
Maybe. Like, I understand. I know what you said. I understand it. I've absorbed all of it. It's not that I've ever not absorbed it. I just don't think it's good. Like, it truly is that. But
I don't know, but if they had been like, oh, they're going to kill Loki again in Infinity War, people would probably have been like, I don't think that will work. We know he doesn't die. Well, you've seen him die loads of times. No one's going to believe he's dead.
Yeah, I don't think they should kill Loki either at the beginning.
No, but I'm talking about when Infinity War was coming out. I think people would have been like, if you'd have spoiled that, or like if you'd have hinted at it, people would have been like, that won't work.
Sure, maybe. I don't know.
A lot of people were like, doing a Loki TV show. What's the point of that? He's already dead. Turned out to be one of the best shows that they created. Sure. Why are they making this Wonder Man thing?
No one asked. I just have an opinion. Yeah. What do you want from me?
I don't know.
It's all speculation, man.
It is. But I think like a lot of people are ignoring what it probably is for the sake of what they want it to be.
But I'm not all people, and I think most people are predicting that I think most people want it to be Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield.
Mm.
And I don't think that clicks.
I just don't see how it doesn't.
This isn't me being like a fan. This is me just thinking like I just don't see it when like imagining it on script format. I don't see it not being cringe.
How?
What do you mean? What do you mean how?
How would it be cringe?
It's just a gut feeling.
How would it be cringe?
Because it would feel too much like, as mentioned, too much like they're trying to redo No Way Home rather than like they're trying something new with Doomsday. So the X-Men in Doomsday is interesting because it's something new, right? Whereas if they do the Tobey Maguire thing again, it's kind of been done. And I get the incursion event.
Why would they make a second Avengers movie? They already did the big team up in the first time round. It's not new. I'm
done with you. I'll beat you with a hammer. That's the argument. I'll beat you with a hammer.
Why would they bother with a second Avengers movie? They've already shown me that he can fight.
If you boil my argument down to the bone and put it in a soup and ignore all of the subtext, That's what my argument is at that point, right? But I'll beat you. Yeah. I'll beat you with a hammer. I just think live on our audio.
I just think this like you just don't like. I think you don't have.
God, Mark, that we get away from this online podcasting situation, so I can go into the room, and I can beat you with a hammer.
All you need to do is just not have any other Spider-Man in it other than the Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield.
Oh, for sure. Like, Maguire. Again, like I'm.
Like you'd be like, yeah, Spider-Man.
I'm not saying that it's definitively like that, or that if they ever do it, it will be like that. I'm just saying that me personally, vibes-wise, right now, I can only see it.
Do you think they will miss the opportunity to put Andrew Garfield's, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and the X-Men in the same movie? People have been asking that for like 25 years.
Maybe not, maybe. I don't know. Like, who's to say? I'll be happy with whatever I get given. And I'll sit there and be like, yay, that was Doomsday.
Sure. But I tell you what I am happy with. What I was given a week ago.
From the Odyssey strangling Bartimus.
I was given a great Spider-Man movie, and I was happy with it.
Yeah. John Bernthal when he puts on the mask with the Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I also really appreciate all of the 360 no scope. Like I love that the Punisher from Brand New Day has brought back 2013 MLG no scope.
Yeah.
To the mainstream. I'm very happy with that.
And he has a Fortnite skin now.
All we need is for John Bernthal to eat Doritos, and then it's actually like it's over. It's over for like.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you with a thought very quickly.
I hate that.
What if John Bernthal?
What if there were 5 Tobey Maguires on screen?
No. I think John Bernthal playing Kratos in God of War, the God of War series.
Oh, I would love that.
Give it to
Instant
him.
love.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna beat you up.
Let me tell you something.
I don't care that you're a god, man. I'm gonna beat you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's.
Or what's his face? The guy that was in Clash of the Titans and Avatar.
What you think? You think he? No, he can't be Kratos. Sam Worthington. Sam Worthington. No,
Put Sam Worthington in as Kratos. That would be so funny.
He just goes from being
in the Jake
big blue
Sully
man to big white pasted man.
I mean, he was just big. He was big white pasty man. Then he was big blue man. Then he was big white. No, wait, sorry. Big blue man, big white pasty man, big blue man, big white pasty man.
Sure, yeah.
Do you see the arc?
No.
Do you see this?
I like Sam Worthington. Make him like Heimdall or something. I don't. But just don't.
In God of War. Yeah.
Yeah. But John Bernthal is Kratos.
I still need to play number 2.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, like when inshallah, whenever I get a PS5, whenever I can afford that.
Yeah.
I'll play God of War 2. God of War 1's so sick. Anyway, Spider-Man good.
Yeah, Spider-Man good.
Final notes.
Yep.
The video game elements of what they were doing with the choreography.
Oh yeah. They were like
taking notes from the Spider-Man
and
video
there's
games.
a lot of references to just other Spider-Men in general. There's a lot of like Tobey Maguire movements and like Andrew Garfield movements. Like the whole swinging in first person thing is an Andrew Garfield thing. The suit wrinkles. The suit wrinkles.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's a genuine like
masterpiece.
Okay, so Tom Holland was like he was interesting before because he was an innovation on in some ways he was an innovation on Spider-Man, going to different places that had like been covered in the comics like years past, but like had never been on screen. And then in other ways was like going back to basics by being high school. I feel like this is the perfect merger, and I'm just so happy that we're finally getting pathetic 30-year-old Spider-Man in like a way where they actually built it up, and that he truly is he is a staple of the MCU. He is that fucking guy. Like in the same way that like in like big tie-in things with like Civil War or like Avengers vs. X-Men, he's just in the crossfires being miserable all the fucking time. Where it's just like, man, why can't my friends stop hitting each other? I guess I gotta pick a side.
Yeah.
Like I'm so ready for that. Like that Tom Holland, where it's like everybody stop fighting. Why is Mummy and Daddy fighting?
Him doing in like being in the middle of the Avengers versus X-Men stuff would be really good. Now that he's got like an actual connection to the X-Men in a very real way.
Which is like, yeah, they're genuinely like teeing themselves up for goodness.
Especially
with
if it's his tech that has like started causing an issue with like the mutants. It's good.
It's like this is an excellent movie just for like going in and watching a fucking movie without being like, I don't understand what's going on in the MCU.
Yeah.
Fantastic on that level, and also simultaneously fantastic in like teeing up lots of interesting concepts.
Yeah.
For like further MCU projects. Boom.
Boom.
Done.
Good.
Review.
Done. Right.
Also, you're wrong about the Tobey Maguire thing, and I'm going to bring it back for another 25 minutes.
I don't care. Bye, Kevin. Bye, Kevin.